What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Jayyy Wayyyy, and you already know I am back with another video for you guys. So if you can't already tell from the title, today's video is going to be a story time, and I'm gonna be telling you guys a story, and the story is going to be juicy. So if you would like to hear this story time, make sure that you continue to watch the video all the way through. Also, if this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can join the game. Also, um damn, I forgot what I was gonna say, but make sure you hit that post notification bell so you can be notified every time I make an upload. And then make sure you give this video a like if you enjoy the story time. So now that I got all that out the way, I just want to say thank you again for the love and the support. And for those of you who have been supporting me, I appreciate it. It does not go unnoticed. And for people who are new to the channel or who will be new, thank you as well. So, hold on now. I got to readjust y'all because I feel like y'all can't see me. Is this good? Yeah, this is good. All right, y'all. So basically, right, I'm not really too sure what I'm going to title this video. I'm not really too sure what I'm going to title this video, but basically what happened is, also disclaimer, this is not to offend anyone. I'm just telling a story time that I thought would be good to tell on my channel. And I hope it's juicy and fun and entertaining, because that was the whole purpose of this video. It's not supposed to make anyone feel any certain type of way, or to, you know, make a mockery of anyone, or, you know, anything like that. It's just me telling a story. So what happened basically, you guys, is that I met a female through the internet, and we kicked it. And when we kicked it, basically she had beef curtain. Now I'm not too sure if you guys are familiar with what beef curtain is. I myself am not. I know what it is, but I'm not really good at explaining it. So what I would say, for anyone who watches this video or who is, you know, not too sure what that is, I would say look it up, because you definitely would get your answers through looking it up. So anyways, now that we got that out there, that's basically what the story is going to be about. So basically what happened is, I met this girl through Tinder, right? Sorry, y'all, got some little almonds. So I met this girl through Tinder, right? And so initially, when it said like, oh, it's a match, she wasn't really my type. Like just appearance wise, she wasn't really my type. But I noticed that her face looked familiar to me, because I guess she had also tried to hit me up on POF as well too. But those of you who don't know what POF is, that's also a dating site. So she tried to hit me up on POF as well, but like I never really like gave her the time of day on there. One, because I don't really be on POF. Two, I don't really be on Tinder. And then it was something about her like that wasn't really like my type, but it was just like, all right, whatever. So when we ended up getting a match on Tinder, I was like, let me just see what this girl is about before I, you know, tell her no, or not give her a chance off rip. Like, let me see what her personalities are like, you know, all that. Like, she may look better in person, which she ended up did looking better in person. So basically, we start talking on Tinder, and then I'm like, you know, I really don't be on here a lot, so like let's exchange phone numbers and, you know, go from there. So we exchange phone numbers, we get to know each other, we chop it up, you know, we're getting to know each other. Regular stuff that you do when you first meet someone and you get their number, talking like that. So we're talking like that, whatever, whatever. A couple of times she asked me would I like to get up with her to have a drink, but I denied her just off the simple fact that I don't know. I felt more comfortable with me meeting her at my crib first. That's just me. I'm a little opposite. So I was like more comfortable with her like coming to my crib or me going to her crib. But she always wanted to meet like somewhere, go get coffee, somewhere local, which is understandable because when you don't know someone and you plan on meeting them for the first time, it will be better logically to meet them at a setting where there's a lot of people around, just in case, you got to make a run for it. You feel what I'm saying? So I understood that logic part on her end. However, for me, I just felt like, like, come over, let's just chill. Like, I mean, I know I'm not going to kill you, but you don't know that. So I understand why you're saying that. But so basically, because who knows, she could probably thought I was a serial killer or some shit. But my thing is, girl, you wrote me. Anyway, so I ended up initially denying her a couple of times when she asked me to get up with her. And so then on this one particular Saturday, I think I was dumb bored. I had like $10 to my name. And that was part of another reason why I didn't want to link up with her like locally, because my financial problems at the time was hard. So I knew like I wouldn't have enough to like pay for her and myself for a drink, versus like if she came over here, I got coffee at the crib, or if she wants to have a drink, we can just go, and share a bottle. So basically I ended up telling her that, and so she said, yeah, like she'll come over. So I gave her my address. She came through, but before she got here, she was already at the bar. She went to the bar to have a drink and like to study or something like that. So she was like, when I'm done, I'm gonna come through or whatever. So like I said, I gave her the addy. She comes through. She gets here. We're talking on the phone. Before she gets here, we're texting. You know what I'm saying? All of that. What I did pick up on is her personality is, she was an aggressive type of femme. She was a femme, but she was a little aggressive. Not too aggressive where it turned me off, but a little bit more aggressive than what I'm used to. But I like a challenge, so I was like, all right, cool. Like, see, physically she didn't look to be what I would go after, but her personality was sort of like making me like her. But she also didn't know, you guys keep in mind that I told her that I'm not looking for anything. I'm single. I've been single my whole life. Okay? So I told her that I'm like, oh, I'm single. And she was single at the time too. And she was looking for a relationship, but I wasn't. So basically what ended up happening, y'all, I know I'm real ghetto with these almonds right here. Like, girl, you can eat these after the story. No, sir. So what ended up happening is, y'all, she finally gets here, whatever. I told her again, like, about the financial situation. So I'm like, yo, I got money, but I'm going to use that to buy a bottle. What would you like to drink? So she's asking me for some reason, like, oh, I want to drink whatever you drink. I'm like, well, I like to drink Hennessy, okay? And that was when I used to be on Hennessy a lot more than I am now. I still do like Hennessy, but I don't like go for that like initially, like my first thing. I have to be in the mood for that. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So basically, I'm telling her like, oh, I like Hennessy. So then she's like, right. She's like, all right, but do you like white? And I'm like, yeah, I drink like tequila, vodka, and stuff like that. So she's like, all right, let's get some tequila. So we went to the store, we got the tequila, came back. She made the drinks. Y'all, when I tell y'all that drink, when she made it, was so strong. No lie, like the drink was very strong. I'm like, yo, she really trying to get her buzz on. Like, okay, shorty, what you trying to do? And she was trying to do some things. So basically, the drinks were mad strong. No lie. She even asked me too, like, oh, did I make it too strong? And I'm sipping, I'm like, no, it's okay. It's good. Knowing damn well it was strong as hell. So what happened is, I ended up drinking drinks. We drinking our drinks. We talking. We listen to music. Yada yada. She's at my crib. Boom boom boom. So we're just still talking, you know, getting to know each other. She's telling me some things about her past, and you know, I'm listening, and she's telling me, I'm telling her some things about my past, and she's listening. So long story short, to get to the point, because I don't want to make this video too long, is that she did look better in person. When she came over, she had on a little skirt, a little crop top, and she had a TWA with her curls and her glasses. Shorty was cute. She was cute in person. I couldn't even lie. She honestly persuaded me to not really go after what I typically would go after, which is like not short hair and, you know, not glasses and stuff like that. Because it wasn't really the short hair and glasses that was turning me off. Because, I mean, I dated people that wore glasses before. I think that hers were just a little bit more bigger than what I was used to. Like, she just had features that I wasn't used to, but she was pretty, if that makes sense. And she was definitely pretty in person. So anyways, after me seeing all of her in person, I was like, all right, yeah, she is cute and her personality is cool. However, there was things that sort of stood out to me that I was like, wow, red flag. But again, I wasn't looking for anything more than just, you know, let's chill, you know, catch up on some drinks, get to know one another, you know, stuff like that. Like nothing too serious. You feel what I'm saying? Like Netflix and chill type of stuff. You know, it's fine. So basically what happened is we was at my crib, and then we went outside to smoke, and then we decided to sit out there for a little while. We had another round of drinks. She started to get cold, and I was telling her like, oh, I have a sweater that you can use. And she was saying like, I think I ended up giving her the sweater, but she was still cold because she had on a skirt. You feel what I'm saying? So she was like, it's not even like my thing, my chest, is my leg. So basically, I'm like, all right. Sorry, y'all. I'm like, all right. What about your crib? Because my house was empty during the day, but then my peoples had came back. And they was forcing it. So I'm like, all right, what about your crib? So she's like, oh yeah, we could go to my crib. So we ended up going to her crib. We had another round. She had these 2 dogs. One of the dogs was annoying. Like anytime I would touch her, the dog would bark. Like anytime me and her would kiss, the dog would bark. Like if I went to the bathroom, the dog would follow me. If she went to the bathroom, that means the dog literally stayed right there in front of me and just looked at me. And he was black. The dog was black, and he was aggravated. The dog was scary, but the dog was only like yay high, and I was shook. Like I'm like, yo, can you put this boy in his cage somewhere, please? Good. So she locks up the dog, yada yada. Let me get back to the point. So she locks up the dog, yada yada. And then, all right, that's my last album, y'all. I'm sorry, hungry. So she locked up the dog. She came back out of the bathroom. We chilled. We had another round. We was kissing and stuff like that. She was sitting on my lap. Things were starting to get like a little flirty. And I guess that's, you know, part to do with us being attracted to each other as well as the drinks. So, we ended up kissing for a little bit, making out. And then she was like, oh, I'm hungry. So she's like, are you hungry? And I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry. I could eat. So then we go to the pizza shop around the corner from her crib, and she gives me money to go inside the pizza shop to get the pizza. We come back out, we get the pizza, we go back to her crib. Okay, now we're back at the crib. So we're eating the pizza, and so the pizzas are massive. Like they're really big, but they're really bomb. But they were just like really big. I think she had 2 slices in a soda, and then I had 2 slices in a soda. 1 cheese, 1 pepperoni, 1 cheese, 1 pepperoni, and then we had whatever soda we had. Feel what I'm saying? Boom. So we get back to the crib. We're still eating. The dog is still barking. One of her parents was home at the time, but he wasn't like in her business. Like I guess that she was telling me like he didn't really care what she did, whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. But for me, I still want her to be respectful. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be doing the most while you have an elder, a parent, whoever, a guardian, someone there that runs that household besides just you there. Like I don't want to do anything to be disrespectful. So basically she's like, oh, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. So then she's like, I'm getting ready to go in my room and lay down. I just need to lay down for like 15 minutes or whatever. So I'm like, oh, you good? And she's like, yeah, I just need to lay down. So I'm like, oh, do you want me to leave? And she's like, no, come with me. So I think she went to her room before I got there. Like, it took me a little bit. Like, I didn't follow exactly right behind her. I think I like took a minute because I had to like get myself together, because before all of that, she was fine. Like, she was on my lap, she was kissing, you know, doing all that stuff, hee hee ha ha. And then, like, I guess the liquor just hit her. So I'm taking a minute to get myself together, and then I'm also on my phone, whatever. So I get to the room, and when I get to the room, I take off my shoes because I see she took off hers. She's already in her panties, but she still got like on her shirt that she had on that she wore throughout the day. So then she gets on the bed, and she's, you know, she's just laying there, still flirty, still kissing. So then I'm peeping at like something's probably about to go down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably about to go down, because I think that was the lure. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm dizzy, I need to go lay down, instead of just saying like, come in the room, whatever, let's get popping. So basically we go in the room, we're talking, we're kissing, I'm on top of her. Here's when I meet the beef curtain, y'all. Okay. So I'm on top of shorty, and we're talking, and you know, I'm verifying again, because we did have this talk, like, she never had no STDs before, she hasn't messed with anyone in a while, she's been single for a minute, she ain't had no play, blah blah, and she's clean. More of the story of all is that she was clean. So I'm not mad at her, you get what I'm saying? I know how it be like that sometimes, things go down on the first date. I'm not mad at you. However, like, I probably wouldn't wife you, since I know that that's how you get down on the first date. But I'm not mad at you. I mean, I'm gonna engage you. Yeah. So, you know, say I'm on top of her, and I'm like kissing her neck, moving down, you know, the curves of her body, just following the curves of her body. And then I get down to the vaginal area. And so when I get down to the vaginal area, I told shorty to take off her garments, right? So she takes off her garments, and I noticed that she has beef curtain. Everything else outside of that, like the smell wasn't bad. Like, it was like a coochie. And like I said, her body was on point, you know what I'm saying? Everything was like working real good, until I met the beef curtain. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with beef curtain, again, I say look it up, because I don't know how to explain it. I know that like it's like the lips of the vagina are like on the outside, and it's like, people say extra meat, people say beef curtains mean a whole different lot of things. But if you just look it up, you'll know what it means, because I'm not trying to over sexualize this video, because that's not what the video is about. But I see that shorty has beef curtain, and so I sort of like get turned off. And so I'm like to her, well, actually, she's like to me, she's like, oh, what's wrong or whatever. And I'm like, oh, nothing or whatever. But I think because the liquor was in me, like, I was a little bit more blunt than I normally would be. So I'm like, oh, you got beef curtain? And I didn't mean to say it so like just bleh, like, oh, you got beef curtain. But so then she's like, what's that? And then I'm like, you never heard of it? And she's like, no, what is it? So then I'm like, look it up. So we look it up together. She sees what beef curtain is. Y'all need to look it up too. She sees what beef curtain is, and then she's telling me like, oh, that, like, oh yeah, I been knew I had that. Is that a turn off for you or something like that? And I'm like, no, it's not a turn off for me. Not per se. It's not because she had the beef curtain that I was turned off, because I've dealt with 2 females before who have had that. I just felt like that particular night, the way how tipsy I was, and if anything was to go down that night, I just didn't want to deal with the beef curtain that night. I just didn't want to do it. God, don't blame me. I didn't want to do it. Is that a crime? No, it's not a crime. It's not a crime. So she got in her feelings, and she started getting all huffy with me and turning her back while I'm laying in her bed, quiet. Now she's not talking. So then she's like, you know, before she started doing that, she was like, oh, you didn't have to say it like that, whatever. Like, oh, you're making me feel some certain type of way, like, of my body. And I'm like, no, I'm not making you feel no type of way. And if it came off like that, I apologize. I said, well, it scared me. Yo, I told her that the beef curtain scared me, yo, but it wasn't like, I wasn't supposed to be I was supposed to be saying it like this. It was supposed to be much more nice and polite. However, the tequila was in my system, so it didn't come out that way. So I'm telling her like, oh, I apologize. So I'm like, you know, I give her a hug and, you know, a little kiss or whatever, but she's still laying down. So then she turns her back towards me, and so I'm like, yo, you want me to go home? And so she's like, she's not talking, and then she says no, and then I'm like, well, it's getting late, so like, what we doing here or whatever. So then she's just like, you just talked about me and you seem to be turned off now because you say I got this beef curtain or whatever, blah blah. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with beef curtain. Like, a lot of people in the world have that. Like, girls have that. It's just me, I just haven't experienced it a lot. So I don't know, I don't really want to do nothing with you. I'm like, let's just chill and watch a movie, like whatever. She wasn't for watching a movie. Like, she wanted something to happen, but nothing was gonna happen with me, her, and beef curtain. No, wasn't happening. Especially not that night. Like, had I been a little bit more tipsier, or it been a different day of the week, maybe next Saturday or Saturday after that, I might have, you know, accommodated her with that. But I couldn't do it. I had a bad experience with one before, and so I just didn't feel like it. And so basically, oh, my foot is hurting because I'm sitting on it. But so basically what happened, y'all, is that she ended up getting married, like, and I was just like, all right, I'm a dip. So she called me an Uber because y'all knew my financial situation at the time. I had spent the money on a bottle for us to drink. And so basically what happened is that she paid for me for Uber. I then called the Uber home, and we talked again after that, but it was like when we hung out, but it was never nothing sexual, but like we just had like this kind of weird bond. But that is all for this story, you guys. If you have a beef curtain, you be proud of your beef curtain, sister. You don't let nobody tell you. Well, I don't know why I'm saying gang, because I don't got one. But what I'm just saying is, like, it's cool. Y'all got your own gang. If you got a beef curtain, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just need a heads up. I need a heads up. Also, yeah, that was it. That was basically the end of the story, y'all. So that is a beef curtain. Make sure you look it up. It's absolutely totally normal. I don't think it's anything, you know, like it's not nothing deadly, you know what I'm saying? But just look it up if you haven't heard of what that is, because I don't know how YouTube got their comments. I mean, their comments. I don't know how YouTube has their you know how they have things on here, like if you say too much, they'll be like trying to demonetize your channel for being too, you know. So we're gonna keep it PG. But look up a beef curtain. The female had one. She was mad at me because me, her, and beef curtain couldn't be friends that night, and I was just like, I wasn't for it, so I left. That's what happened. That was a story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this story time, please feel free to leave me a comment down below to let me know that you made it to the end, or just give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the gang, the Jayyy Wayyyy, thank you so much. Also, make sure you like this video. Please put your post notifications on so you can be notified every time I do make an upload, because I upload more than once a week. So if you would like to be notified every time I do drop an upload, please have your post notification bell turned on. Also, make sure you subscribe to the gang, subscribe to the channel. On this channel, we do story times, we do hair, we gonna do challenges, we gonna do vlogs, we gonna do everything, okay? So you just have to subscribe to the channel so you could be part of the Jayyy Wayyyy, and you can see all of the stuff that I have up my sleeve. So without further ado, I'm gonna leave this video right here, and I'm gonna say thank you guys so much for the love and the support, and I will see you guys in another video. Peace.